All right, we are all set. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, and we know that what that means is Monday Mindset. This is Carol Sue, aka Naughty Boss, live with two
Sistas. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Janis, aka Wellness Diva 5.0, Mindset Monday. Excuse me. I always love Monday. Well, I love every day. I love everything day because it kind of excites me for the day. But what excites me more this morning is someone, and it's not either one of us, has very strict orders, and that would be my husband, because project office renovation is going on, and I am very excited about my eventual move downstairs. I would say it would take about a week or two just to get the area all set up, and excuse me, of course we have to we may have to get something that's called a mesh, and I know that I am pronouncing it, I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but it's some type of a device that my stepson Brett said would be probably a good thing to get, so that I have very strong, so that I can piggyback off of the Wi-Fi up here.
an extender?
It's not that it's an extender, it's just that type of a device that blocks out, like it's like you're in the same, like I'm in the same room with the router, so it goes through anything. Obviously in this house with the beams and the stone, so for instance the TV in here we have a problem with occasionally, because the signal has to go through so many different avenues. So this, from what I understand, opens the walls up, so to speak, metaphorically.
Oh, you're going to have to get the name for it, because who doesn't want something that opens up the walls? Because I'm wondering, obviously the homes in Florida, they're built on cement block.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Once you get the name of it, the actual name of it, yeah, let me know. Because I think our viewers too, I mean, a lot of people talk about that you get your router, and especially in New England, typically you have, multiple story homes, and depending on where you have any steel beams, your microwave, which is also interferes with signals, those kinds of things will impede the speed of your internet. So anything that's helpful is great.
Yeah, so I'm really, really excited about that. And I already have the layout, excuse me, that I'm going to use. And oh my gosh, so I'll keep everybody updated. But let's kind of jump into Mindset Monday.
Yeah, it's just a day of the week where there's many firsts. Sometimes it's the first of the month. We know a lot of people consider this the first day of the week, which we know technically that is incorrect. Sunday is the very first day of the week. So we hope that on Sunday, you kind of kept yourself accountable, kind of set your planner out for the week. But if you didn't, do not worry. You can do it first thing Monday morning. And this is really a great time to make sure, hey, I'm not double appointment. I don't have double schedules going on. Am I supposed to be at two places at once? How many of you have done that? I've actually done that more often than not. And one time it was actually triple booked, which was kind of really weird. Something's got to give when that happens, right? So this kind of a wake up call to say, you know what, I gotta do better at scheduling. A lot of us do take advantage of our cell phone devices, using the calendar that's on our cell phone. But as we frequently talk on Two Sisters, we love everything pen and paper. And the reason is it's the actual act of picking up the pen. The thought process comes in and you're writing it. It comes down to your hand and you're putting it on your calendar or your planner, or, scrap of paper, whatever you need, whatever floats your boat. A lot of people have wall calendars, so they're writing on the wall calendar, and it almost solidifies the action as you're doing it. And it's a kind of a mental subconscious calendar in our brain, because we all know we have one of those too, right? To kind of let us know. And it does help you keep yourself organized. The other key piece with Monday Mindset is fresh start. Again, not the first day of the week, but it's a fresh start to what I call the functional week, meaning it's a school week for many families. Their children in school, still in school. It's a functional week if you work in a brick and mortar building, or even if you're an entrepreneur and work at home. It's a functional week because Monday through Friday is typically, and 90% of the time is when we are doing everything that we're supposed to, whether it's work related, school related, appointments, it's just filled up. So how do we keep our mind fresh to not derail, fresh to keep us feeling good about ourselves, that we're doing a good job, and also developing those strategies that just don't come naturally. Habits. Don't we talk about that, Jan, a lot?
Yeah,
Habits.
habits are so important because they establish that routine. And along with calendars, for instance, I know that many people have, including myself, have several digital calendars. So, excuse me, what I've done is I can integrate them all on one. Oh, I'm so sorry. And what I love about that is I have it integrated into my both programs, into my Evernote program. I have a home page. So all of my stuff is right there. But what's great about the Evernote is obviously when I'm working through the day, my cell phone is on silent and I have it to the right of me. And Evernote also, and I have the written to my left. Evernote sends me a reminder. Hey, you want to create a note for this event? And I'm like, and I look to my written, I'm like, oh, yeah. So, and it typically sends it about 5 minutes before, I think it is, I have it set. Love it. And by the way, I'm all about apps. Love Evernote. It is a functional electronic filing system, but so much more than that. I've actually had Evernote it's been about 10 years now. And now I'm to the point where I can integrate it with my Trello boards, but I will do that at some point. Just, I've got, obviously have a lot of things going on. We have some digital projects that are coming out soon. So there's so much that you can do with, all of your digital calendars. There's even a special app that I've used. I did try out this is about a year or two ago, the free version of Woven. Excellent app, but you can do it without a specialized app. If you Google, Outlook, whatever you have, there's always you can add calendars to your Google Calendar. So like Carol Sue, your personal email, you have access obviously to all the G Drive elements. Yes. So you can integrate any calendars that you want through that. Again, I am a big fan of digital calendars, but you also have to write it down. And obviously I love highlighting. In Evernote on my homepage, and I'll show you my homepage afterwards because I got too much stuff up right now. I could share my screen and show everyone, and I will at some point for sure. But I can pin certain notes to the homepage, and I have my to-do list on the left. And I just, oh my God, I love it. Love it.
Excuse me. It's another way of keeping you organized. Keeping you organized so you don't have your mindset go like crazy. What was I supposed to do today? Where am I supposed to be? Where am I supposed to go? Or you get that, the alert or the phone call from the doctor's office. Hey, you missed your appointment or you're late. Where are you? Or a friend, whatever it may be. And that really sadly does derail the mindset. So you want to keep your mindset fresh, organized, because that's going to keep you on task and on point. The other key piece to kind of that first day of what I call the functional week, it also sets the tone for the week, because a lot of times if you get a rough start, like how many times if you wake up late and then you have this habit, okay, I make my bed, I get my cup of coffee, my cup of tea, my 3 steps nutritional program, whatever it may be, I pack my lunch, where are my clothes, what am I wearing today? And then it just seems like it's a domino effect, not only throughout the day, but it kind of spills over into the rest of the week, because you're thinking of all your missteps from Monday that now you got to make up for Tuesday. And so mindset is key, but it's also a way for you to okay, wait a minute, halt, stop, let me regroup, let me sit down, maybe let me take 15 minutes to listen to some good music. Maybe I need to, take a quick walk, power walk. Maybe I need to just run in place. maybe I just need to like sit and read or sit in silence. And that sometimes will reprogram your brain to have a better mindset. And guess what? There's no limitation. There's an infinite amount of time that you can do a brain reset for your mindset. If you need 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, I have to do that quite often during the day. If I feel like I'm going to derail or go into a direction I don't want to go, I'll go wherever I have to go, give myself that 5 minutes to breathe, take a step back. How can I do this differently? Blah, blah, blah. And that does help reset my mindset to get back to that positive track. The reason being is we are a distracted humanity. We're distracted with alerts. We are distracted with the news. We are distracted with the world, our community. And a lot of times those distractions, whether some may actually be important, maybe the things that we need to hear or know or be alerted about, they can also impede our performance with getting us derailed from staying on track to a healthy mindset. So you can have, when we talk about mindset, you could have someone that's very compulsive that they have to know. They have that fear of not knowing what's going on. And then you have other people that say, you know what, I'm just going to go at my own pace. I'm going to, just kind of jazz my way through things. I've got my planner. I know what I'm supposed to do. And I'm not going to let the outside forces kind of pull me down or suck me in. Because especially with news or alerts, social media can suck you right in. If you find, and we also talked about this a long time ago, if you look on your phone, there's actually a point on your settings where you can actually see how much time you're on social media. You can see how much time you're doing different things. And some people would be probably pretty shocked on how much time they're spending on social media. Now, I'm not saying don't use social media, because obviously it's a great tool. We use it, all entrepreneurs do. It's a great way to stay in contact with your families, friends, share pictures, events. But frequently what people get sucked into is to the drama piece of social media, which could be maybe going back and forth over a particular topic, which debate is not a bad thing as long as it's a healthy debate. But if it gets to be a negative debate, then it's time to gotta get away from that, because that plays havoc on your mindset. So you really have to think of what is controlling my mindset. Am I allowing too many interruptions to derail me from being happy, from being positive, by staying on point as to what I've got to accomplish during the day? We've all done it. You've done it, Jan. I mean, we've all done it.
Yeah, we are not the exception to the rule. We try to obviously learn from our mistakes, and it really is a growing tool. So like, for instance, you were talking about the alerts that you get every week on how long you are on certain things. Well, I got mine the other day and it's typically very, very high because of the type of work that I do. But when I really looked at it, I excuse me, when I did see the initial alert come through, I was like, oh, wow. But then, it was like 9 hours and I don't know, about 9.5 hours. But my cell phone is constantly going in the background. And, I've got my laptop, my cell phone, obviously I'm on my Mac, and sometimes I have my iPad to the left. If I'm moderating a Facebook group, which I do today on Mondays for a certain Facebook group, I have to have that up on one screen, something going on this, on my laptop. So, it's a learning experience. So, but look at the details of that 9.5 hours. It showed me, okay, and I'm working on developing my, not only my channel, but the TwoSistas YouTube channel. It shows me how long I'm on YouTube, how long I'm on this device. And, personally, I would say there's probably an hour to an hour and a half, maybe, that I'm goofing around, so to speak. So if my time goes over, my personal time goes over an hour, that's, I get sucked into it. I am no different. For instance, when I'm uploading everything with the podcast, I'm glancing over to see, the download or the upload. And, I might go on if I'm in between projects, I might go on, I have a game on here. It's, it's actually a puzzle. So I like doing puzzles. but then, I may be looking down for 10 minutes and look up and, things are still progressing, but I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, this is done. So you have to be mindful is what I'm trying to get at. And I
get to the part where the people are playing games, because you brought out a good point that there's so many digital games out there that people, if they find, I'm a little idle right now. I know a big one is it's a word. Oh, it's almost like a Scrabble game. It's
Wordle, I think it's called.
Yes, I believe it's called Wordle. A lot of my friends do that. And I thought, well, it is a digital game. However, it is a thinking game because it's educational. You have to think of words. And I guess you got to connect things. So it's kind of like a Scrabble kind of thing. So at least for that particular game, you're using your mind. So I don't think that one is as bad. But there are a lot of games that people they dive right in. And I mean, I remember years ago, I think they still have it. Actually, I do believe they still have it. It was some sort of farm. And I don't know the name of it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And you had to grow your crops, and your crops are ready. You had to pick them, and you would get points or bonuses.
Oh, yeah. And then, invite your friends. And one of our cousins, whose name shall remain nameless, I'm just like, please stop sending me this stuff.
Oh, right. Because they would send you requests, help feed my farm, or
yeah, I'm like
my corn, whatever.
But yeah. Speaking of games, I will tell you exactly what I have on my phone. I have Zen Match. I play that occasionally. Jigsaw puzzles. It's called Zen Match.
Oh,
puzzle kind of thing. Jigsaw puzzles, Tile Garden. I love Tile Garden because these are all like mind games. It's a 3-dimensional puzzle, and you have to match 3 but you're only allowed like 7 or 8 spaces.
okay.
So the 7 or 8 spaces are the tiles that you clicked on that you haven't matched up yet. So it's very intriguing. I love that. And it's like, okay, you have to be strategic in your thinking. I did download a daily crossword one. I do that typically on Sundays when I'm drinking my coffee. Yes, I love my coffee. I don't play that one that much. Word search. I love word search. And it's called Castle, and it's a 3-dimensional solitaire thing. There are certain ones I will not allow myself to go on during the day. If I have a lull, I only allow myself to do the jigsaw puzzle one.
Well, when I tell people, if that's what floats your boat, put a timer on. Put a timer on one of your devices, or put it on your microwave or whatever, and say, I'm gonna play 10 minutes. Like I said, the ones that are educational and or really get your mind going, nothing wrong with those, because we know a sharp mind is absolutely imperative for longevity, to keep your mind sharp, be focused. Those are all good things. I'm talking about the mindless ones. So one that I consider somewhat mindless, but I do enjoy it, and I play it with Jen and Reagan, is Candy Crush. Again, it's, a game of, getting things in line and destruction and getting points. So it's definitely mindless. There's no mind value in it, except for the shista and giggles with the kids, because we crack up, especially when you get to a certain point in the game and everything's really exploding. The actual commentator on the game, he's got kind of a funky voice. And so everything's like exploding, and the noises are happening, everything boom, 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 almost like a fireworks Candy Crush. And he's like, his voice is like, Candy Crush. He just keep going and going. So the kids get a sweet. He'll come out sweet. Good job. So the kids get a kick out of that. We get a kick out of it. So we play that, and usually the mama has to curtail how long we're on. She'll say, no, you tell no one you can't play that first thing in the morning, because we do morning snuggles when we're together, and talk about if we had dreams, what we want to accomplish during the day, and then we usually try to get in a few games of Candy Crush before Mama tells us, no, they got to come down for breakfast or whatever. So it's a mindless game, but it's a fun game. But a lot of people, sadly, they get sucked into, and their mindset just gets so sucked into, winning the game or getting to the next level. And what I say to that is, time is so precious. Are you using your mind and your time wisely? It's okay to have some downtime and do some goofy fun, but just don't get sucked into the games or getting sucked into social media drama or debates or, that kind of thing. It's okay to stay postured, and, especially if you're, working on a project or working for a project. Those are all good things. Again, great way for everything to connect with people. That's the wonderful thing about social media. But like all good things, there are some things that can be detrimental to your overall health and mindset. And, Monday Mindset is a day to just kick off and be positive, be excited. We are super excited because our dear, dear friends, Jack and Liz, are coming to visit for this week. And they're flying in from California. So they had a great visit with their daughter, our goddaughter, and now they're coming here for about 5 or 6 days. And, they have been so good because they've come every year since we've been here. And, we love the fact that, we make sure that we take time to continue our friendship, even though we're from afar. We make sure that we spend time together, at least a couple of times a year. Obviously, we, talk all the time, but seeing each other is you get that hug and whatever. So we've got some good things going on. John's telling me the weather's not supposed to be the best this week. It is what it is. We don't focus on that stuff. We just focus on spending time together. So we like playing cards. We like board games. There's a few sites we're going to see while they're here. And so we're super excited about that. I played some good pickleball yesterday. Again, getting back into it because I took a few months off between traveling and not feeling my best. So, and I actually played with my husband yesterday, which that never happens. And there's a reason for that. Because he likes to coach my every move. So we had a couple testy moments, but overall we played pretty good. And we were so excited because we went to go visit Melanie and Laura, who recently just moved. We helped them move from one spot to another in Vero Beach. And they're on a beautiful little, they call them lakes, but they're like little ponds. And they got a beautiful, beautiful home, beautiful spot in their neighborhood. So she was so funny. She was like, you have a name for your house. It's Reams on the Rocks. So we decided we wanted to come up with one. So they came up with Walkers on the Water because they're on the water. And so we're like,
love that.
I know. So yesterday, the whole day, we got there about 11. We didn't get home until almost 8 o'clock at night. So we started off the day playing pickleball. We had some Bloody Marys. We sent some snacks, listening to some music. Then we went to the pool. We were there pool for a couple hours. They have a community pool, which is very nice. And then we went back and we cooked ribs in this air type of pot and ate outdoors. So yeah, Reams on the Rocks met Walkers on the Water, and we had an enjoyable day. So great. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. And speaking of strict or testy, so, and this is kind of a sidebar, maybe something about something. It's definitely about my husband. My husband informed me this morning that he works 8 hours a day, and my husband's retired. So, we were discussing, I'm in the process of moving my office downstairs, and it'll take a couple weeks. So we were discussing that, and he says, well, I'm going to do this, 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 and this, which is not associated with my office. And I said, no, you're going to do this, this, and this. So then he informs me that he works 8 hours a day. And I look at him and I'm like, 8 hours, really? I said, I don't think it's that much. So we were kind of going back and forth. And I said, wait a minute. Here's how I figure it out. Okay, you work 8 hours a day. There's 3 hours where you are lollygagging and couch surfing, napping on all the couches in our house. That's at least 3 hours. Then between your morning coffee breaks and lunch, that's an hour to an hour and a half. So now we're down, okay, I'll take that half an hour off of that hour. Now we're down 4 hours. So you're left with only 4 working hours. Then you have the F off time, meaning you walk by your little, he has a room on the other side of the house that's got all his, I call it stupid shit. He likes to work on models and all that. Oh, let me do this one little thing in there. And then you're in there for 2.5 hours. So we're left with about an hour and a half or 2 hours. So no, he does not work 8 hours a day. I will say though, and I know that's kind of funny, but he is a hard worker. I just have to like rein him in and say, remember we discussed yesterday, this is what's going to happen. And the little thing that he wanted to do really wasn't really little, but I wanted to give him a hard time in a good way to kind of like, oh yeah, I better listen to her. Or, you know, he doesn't like when I get mad.
Well, sounds like you got him, you know, and that's what happens when you retire. You notice more because you're around each other more. So that's very, very normal. The other thing I wanted to do is give a shout out to our niece who's getting married in May in California. We had a beautiful event on Saturday at the Balabar Wines and Fines, which is in Merritt Island. A great little quaint wine and cheese, very tropical feel to it. And so there's the space outdoors that they rented. And apparently the owner had received a lot of things from Bali. And one of them were these amazing, I'm assuming they're teak wood, absolutely gorgeous. And if anyone wants to see the pictures, they're on my personal page, which that particular post was public. And just, very tropical, quaint seating everywhere. So the bridesmaids did an awesome, awesome job. It was a great event. So we wish Matt and Amanda, they had a great wedding shower, and their nuptials will be coming up in a couple months, the end of May, in California at another winery. So that's pretty exciting. So we did that as well. And, I love to find these different finds of different places locally that you don't necessarily always know about. So from the outside, you would never know about this little, you're like, what is this like? It's almost on the edge of a neighborhood almost, but it's close to commercial. So it's kind of in between, but it's just this quaint little place, and you go in and there's all different fine wines and, good treats and just fun stuff that you can buy, and cheese and, meats and whatnot. So it was such a fun, nice day. So it was a good weekend, which, when you come off of a good weekend, it helps your Monday mindset. So with that, we hope that you have a great Monday mindset. If you ever feel like you're getting derailed, or you feel like you're going to go, into that mindset that you don't want to be, that's your wake-up call. That's your warning sign. So you know what? Pause, take a step back, read a book, listen to some good music, get up moving, maybe dancing, power walk, change that mindset, because it is in the ability of yourself to do that. You just have to know the key pieces to that. Don't you think, Jan?
Absolutely. Conspire to inspire yourself to, be flexible. Mindset is always a work in progress. So don't be too hard on yourself. And on that note, just want to say too, blessings to Amanda and Matt. I'm so excited for them. It's going to be a beautiful wedding, and I'm so excited for her. This week on Wednesday, we have a guest coming in, and we are very excited about it. Her name is Shawnee Hartley. I love that name. It just has such a ring to it. She is a 2-time Olympian. I believe it was for Canada. But anyway, she, really has such a great outlook on health and wellness, and we can't wait to have her on. And we have an amazing guest lineup, as we always do. And, check our Facebook page frequently for who's going to be on. My thing is that I want to, start advertising that on Sundays so that you guys know who's going to be on. And we'll get better. I'll get better about that. And on that note, My name is Janis, aka Wellness Diva 5.0. Have a great Wednesday, and I am with two. Oh, I said Monday.
And this is, go ahead, what?
I think I said Wednesday. Have a great Monday.
Yeah, well, that's all right. I didn't catch it right away anyways, but this is, you said two, and I'm Sisters, and this is Carol Sue, aka Naughty Boss. We wish you a great Monday mindset. Again, do that reset. Don't let your day crumble just because you derailed a little bit. We all have to go through that, but we also got to develop great habits to kind of get us out of that funk. With that, we will see you tomorrow night for Triumph Tuesday. And you never know what time we're going to be on, 7:30. I don't know. We may decide we want to do it in the morning. We never know. That's why you don't know. And that's what keeps a little guessing work going on with us. You have a great day. Enjoy it. Be kind.
Bye, everyone.